For you, your worst fail, if you had one.
First year. I think first year for me really just rounded up my first year experience. So it was a group project. And it was design first year. We had Mr. Shakeman. I still have him in my third year. I think that guy's following me everywhere. But then, yeah, I think we got the lowest mark in the whole class, a negative 110.
Negative
So how that
110?
happened was, yes.
We're gonna get into. I would like to hear your advice to students, but that will be when we finish this. I want to tap into something that I think this is the debut of that. I've never done this. I'm doing this. This is for the first time I do this with you. I think it's gonna work. If this is gonna work, then I'm gonna proceed with it over this sessions. So it's something that maybe for now we can just call randomness, right? So I'm just gonna ask you random questions. Anything that comes to my mind relating to, I don't know, student life, students or anything, and then you're gonna do the same. So it's gonna be back and forth, right?
Okay, so I have to ask you back.
You have to ask me back anything, right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start. Just anything that comes to my mind. Your fondest memories of campus.
My fondest memories of campus. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think that's a hard. I think it has to be health hub lunch, definitely. I think that's my fondest memories. I hate that they closed it down. That used to be my favorite part of coming onto main campus, knowing that I'm having lunch at the health hub.
What is that? What is the health hub?
You see the main dining hall?
Yeah.
There's the main, and then there's that smalanyana part where mainly vegetarians go into.
Yeah. We
they
never went there.
They serve the best food. They serve the best food ever. Like what you guys are eating in the main side.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't come to what we eat in the health hub. Like the hake is there. There's lemon on the side as well. Like they serve us meatballs that side. Have you ever had meatballs in the main dining hall? Like chicken meatballs. They serve us chicken meatballs, beef meatballs, fish. Like the best menu. Anybody who's a foodie who appreciates eating good food, not what they serve us in the main dining hall, definitely health hub.
Maybe when I was eating the dining hall, because it was a long time ago, around 2012, 2013. The reason why I left the dining hall was because of the food, because I was getting fat.
Yeah, because it definitely is bad, but health hub made my undergrad years of food eating dining hall great, to be honest.
Okay, that's great. Now you ask me.
What's your favorite building that you've been into at Wits?
My favorite
building. Yeah, and why?
Wait. Okay, let me think. My favorite building I've ever been to at Wits. I don't think I have a favorite building, but the building that I always, when I go there, I always find this memories is, F&B building, by the School of Accounting. Because when I was doing first year, I used to study a lot in that building, accounting building, F&B, when you go down there, you know where it is, right? Yeah. So I don't know, I know when I'm there, I used to study there a lot when I was doing first year and stuff like that. So when I'm there, it always brings this memories of even the smell, I can even smell it when I get there. That is the smell, Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be my favorite building, quite odd. And then for you, your worst fail, if you had one.
First year. I think first year for me really just rounded up my first year experience. So it was a group project, and it was design first year. We had Mr. Shakeman. I still have him in my third year. I think that guy's following me everywhere. But then I think we got the lowest mark in the whole class, a negative 110.
Negative
So how that
110.
happened was, yes.
Wow,
I made it through first years.
that's like
Just don't ask me
negative
how I made it.
post distinction.
Yeah, definitely. So what happened was we did a group project. We did everything. We put in the work. We did, we did everything perfectly. And then last minute, we had to bind our project with the declaration form signed to it. And we couldn't figure it out, and we're just frustrated there. And we're like, how are we going to do this declaration form into this Word document? We don't know. And then the other group mate is like, yeah, there's a lot of guys there in my rest. They're going to help me out. We're going to, I'll bind it and I'll submit. We're like, okay, it's actually very believable. It's actually very much doable because it's like, it's no Kendo. There's a lot of seniors. Maybe someone is going to help them. Yeah. So like, okay, sharp, cool. Then we part ways, go to sleep, right? So I think it was due at 8:00. So around 6 a.m, I opened my emails and I'm like, I haven't received a notification about submission. What's going on? And then I called him and like, yeah, he ended up submitting, but he still hadn't figured out how to bind the declaration form to the document. And what the instructions was, you get 100% penalty for no declaration form, and then they go on to mark your paper. So what happened was they gave us 100 penalty, and then we went down to 0, and then they marked it, and then you get down to the -10, obviously. So we ended up with that negative 110. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Lesson learned right there. Don't part ways if things are not finished. Things must just be finalized, submitted before you go to sleep. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You have something for me?
How is it like lecturing? Yeah, how is it on being on the other side of the table?
Wow. Okay. It's beautiful. For me, it's very beautiful. I think when you come from the other side and then you go to the other side, it's just because the thing is, when you're on the other side, you know what you lack. So what I do now when I lecture is actually the lecture that I wanted to have, kind of a thing. So my lectures are fun. My lectures are very creative. Like, it's those lectures that you can't sleep there. I have those lectures that you look forward for coming to whatever day of the week. Like, I'd have students be like, I wish like I wish that like we could go to school and everything like that. So yeah, it's from the lecturing part is nice. It's something that I love. It's something that I can do any day, anytime. It's something, there are certain things that they give you life. Like you, like even like
you
when
also
I'm
laugh
doing,
at
yeah, when I'm doing it, like I can even forget to eat. Like I get food, like literally. Like that's how amazing and how so like this thing is. And yeah, but yeah, that's the beauty of it. I don't know if it is the danger of it. Of course, yeah, like obviously now people start to, I don't like sometimes, how people approach you, because now like there was a switch in like, let's say I was used to you, and now like I like to engage with students like the way we're engaging with anyone. So sometimes students will actually be like, they regard you as this person, like now I don't know, like there's this respect thing, you're at a lecture and stuff like that. And
but
I don't
feel like there's always that thing that conversations about lectures, you're like, that lecture's the one who screwed us over. So now I can't come to you and be like, hey, yes, you're the one who screwed us over, man. But yeah,
obviously, but I would like, or I like, like, this is like, I like the human, human interactions, like human, when things are humanly, like not really based on a facade whereby like, okay, now, but I understand, I mean, in institutions like that, you have, I think there is a distance between lecturers and students, and there's this perception of lecturers and stuff like that. And I do get, sometimes I'd be in certain events and they'll be like, here comes Ben, the lecturer. And I just rock in like this and people are like, who, this one? I'm like, yes, me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go for the last one. Okay, let me see. The last time you cried because of something course related.
Last year. Yeah, it was last year.
What did you cry about?
The time when I was sorting out the faculty to take my honors and my other degree at the same time. Yeah, I had a meltdown because it was just taking me back and forth, and like it made me super angry. And when I'm angry, I cry. Irony of it. So yeah. I think that was it. Yeah, that was the one time when I cried about it because I was like, you guys are kind of like trying to force me to do something that I don't want to do because you guys want to offer me the module alone or graduate me and offer my honors. And I don't want any of that. And yeah, I was just getting frustrated about the whole situation. And I was like, I know my rights and this thing is in the syllabus rules. I'm exercising my right as a student that you guys gave to me when I first came here. And you guys are busy trying to get your way around me. And like, I think there was a bit of a huddle. Then I went over the head of School of Physics and I went straight to faculty to say, this is what they want me to do. I don't want it. As the registrar, what can you do? Then they forced the hand of the head of school kind of a situation. And then it went straight to the head of faculty himself to sign off to say, she can do this.
That sounds like, those procedural administrative things that...
Yeah, it definitely was. There was a lot of admin that went into it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you asked me for the last time and then we continue with this.
I don't know. What's your fondest memory actually of being a student? What do you miss about being a student?
Being on campus. I was actually telling my younger sister like an hour earlier because of course now this is online learning and stuff like that. I feel like they miss that essence, of just being on campus. Like being on campus, I think somehow we sort of didn't, we know sometimes when something is taken away from you and you start to really appreciate it. Like being on campus, I think for me is one of those. Like I'm a very social person. I like engaging with people. So just being on campus, walking around campus and just seeing people, chilling on campus, that used to give me some therapeutic thoughts to be like, of course we'll be trapping you and you just walk there and see people at the lawns, some couples there, like you're like, yo, you guys you're living,
The campus was nice. But I think one thing the pandemic definitely did for me was it restructured my learning to what the times that I work best and not the times that school says you must attend it. So I think that's something I definitely love about it because I work better at night. So I enjoy like watching my lectures now at night and doing work at night. And then I'm sleeping at around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person. And I never get why people are crying about other people becoming money people. Nothing less about the morning.
Yeah, actually, what you're saying is very, a lot of students that I've spoken to, they actually love online learning because now is on their terms. They decide when to study, they decide when to attend your lecture because, the lecture is there, is recorded and stuff like that. And the name, there is a naming for this. It's called, I forget the name. What is the name for this? I remember reading about this, but it's actually like your biological clock. Like we all have a biological clock, not relating to, I know like for ladies, when they use this term biological clock, it means something. But the biological clock, which actually determines when are you at your peak, when are you most productive and everything like that. Now, the whole system of even like an 8 to 5 or going to school, attending from the morning, this is where you need to attend, is very unproductive because if we are in the morning, it means that it only works for people that are very productive in the morning. What about if I'm not productive in
Yeah,
the morning and I'm productive at night?
I'm very slow in the morning.
So you see now the whole system doesn't work then if we are going to put it like that. So one beauty thing about this online thing is that you have given people to work in their terms, and people can now be very productive in their own terms because they align with themselves, with their biological clock. And I think that's something beautiful. But however, I still think as human beings, we need a little dent of being in a social space, like being amongst
Oh,
people or talking to people.
there was actually a TED talk that was talking about that. They were talking about how people's stress levels have went up because of the pandemic, and it's simply because they like the social aspect and normal day-to-day touch that you'd normally get, like handshake with somebody, hug someone on campus. That in itself was actually therapeutic to the human body that we weren't paying attention. And now that that's taken away, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of high stress levels because apparently touch decreases your stress levels.
Yeah, no, true. So, no, true.